Okay, good morning, everybody. Fraternities and Nankari know exactly why my background is what it is at the moment, but don't say a word. Shh, don't say a word. So everybody else, this will be a surprise. So we're going to start out with a little discussion. And the question I pose here is, what would your parents have a hard time understanding? Hypothetical. What would your parents have a hard time understanding? Uh, that'll be the first discussion we'll have together. And then we'll talk about changing culture in American fitness. And this is dovetailing, meaning picking up where we left off with last night's class. So Nankari and fraternities, this topic, all the words, it's fresh in your mind. So I might call on both of you to lead that discussion. Be ready. Same thing with you, Doris. Then we will start reading a little bit of this article. When running for exercise was for weirdos. Then we'll have a little breakout room discussion. Then we'll take our 10-minute break as usual. We'll do a listening exercise. And then I will end with 2 new vocabulary words for the last discussion topic of the semester. And I won't announce those words yet because we're going to be using a lot for this class. And that's it. And it looks like Monica has arrived. I'll get her out of the waiting room. Okay, everyone, there we are. So the first question I'm putting here on the agenda, what would your parents have a hard time understanding? So think about aspects of the world as it is, or your life, and what aspects of your life and the world today would your parents find difficult to understand? Or do they find difficult to understand? First example right here. Okay. So for 4 of you, this is picking up with, it's a more elaborate prompt for a discussion we began last night. Bibiana's just joined us right now. Welcome, welcome. Do I have a volunteer to read? I'm going to underline as one of the volunteer. Anybody?
Can I teach?
Absolutely, Doris. Go for it. I'm going to underline right here.
Culture change with time. What aspects of your life are very difficult for your parents or their parents to understand?
There you go. Now, I'm going to be specific here. Actually, let me make this picture smaller because the resolution's not high enough. Here we go. There it is. That should be more clear. Okay. So what aspects of your life are very difficult for your parents to understand? I'm going to give an example. Several days ago, my dad came to my son's school to watch a music recital, a performance. Kids are performing some music. And traditionally, when people walk into a show, they might hand out a piece of paper with a list of songs, and that's called a program. There's no need to do that anymore because at the front of the stage, there's a giant who knows what this is?
Sometimes they put a QR code to get all the information.
Yes, exactly. So there's a huge QR code at the top of the stage, like right in front where when the kids were walking out to perform with their instruments, there's a giant QR code. And all the parents lifted up their phones like this. And it was pretty crowded. My dad is 75 years old. So he was sitting way over there. And he's just like this. And I said, and I tried to send him, I scanned it, I got the list of the songs for the show, and I tried to send it to him, and it just wouldn't send. So I said, Dad, Dad, Dad. I ran over, I said, Dad, give me your phone, give me your phone. And I held up, I scanned it, and he goes, wow. And I said, this is neat. Oh, I never would have understood that. I said, no problem. And then I went back to my seat. So it was an aspect of culture changing that my dad from a different generation would just not understand. So think about that. What aspects of your life are very difficult for your parents to understand? That was just one example. It could be anything at all. It could be maybe who you chose to marry, maybe what you chose to study in school, the country you chose to live in, the food you eat, the clothes you wear. All of these things change with time and culture. So that's where I want to open up the discussion today. What aspects of your life are very difficult for your parents to understand, or even their parents? Anybody want to start? Think for a minute. Take your time.
Me, teacher.
Go for it, Franetis.
I think when, for example, in my case with my mom and with my father, I think they don't say I grew up, you know.
Say it again.
Now I am they don't understand I am grow up. Now I am the mom, you know, and
You say
the wife,
grown up,
because
or
sometimes yes, grow
grown
up.
up, grown up, grown up.
Grow up, yes, grow up. Because sometimes when my mom call me and ask something, she sometimes say, "Oh, why you are outside home? You know, you need to go back your house. You can go later, like that." Or with my son too. Sometimes she ask me a lot of questions about my son, and I think, oh my Lord, she need to understand I am now the mom, I am now the wife, you know?
Can you give a specific example?
For example, teacher, when my mom is here with me, and I'm going to the church or the another place, she call me, why you later outside? Why you have a lot of time outside the home, you know?
So she asks you what
You
you're
need to
doing.
come back.
Why you're not at home?
Yes.
What you're doing? Okay, so you go out to do what you do, and she says, why have you gone? Why aren't you home with me? Why are you gone so long?
Yes, and sometimes my father give me a lot of advice about my life, like I am crazy, you know. I say I
That's
know
his advice.
that. Some advice, for example, if I say, "Oh, I'm going to travel for another city," oh, be careful. You need to be careful because you know you need to you have the son. You need to be careful with him. You know, you need to go to whatever you want, like that.
That makes me ask, does your mom come from a time and place where perhaps you as the mom and the wife should spend more of your time at home? Is that the way your mom understands the world?
Yes, I think that.
So that's her
And my father too. I think they are think I am the baby or I am the teenager. I don't have mind, you know, for make decision or something. For that reason, I try to say, you know, the little thing about me, about my life, about my son, because they don't understand. Now I am the woman, you know.
I got you. I just saw two hands go up. First, Jackie, then Cloudy. Jackie, go ahead.
Thank you. My father is very reluctant to take planes, to take flights. So when I moved here, he always thinking about to get to my house driving. So it's
Long
very,
drive, Mexico City.
yes, it's crazy, right? Because I don't know how many hours, how long is gonna be the trip.
I want to find out right now. I'm going to find out. Drive to Mexico City from Boston. Okay, keep going, keep going. I'm curious.
So when I moved here, he always thought about take the car and coming driving to my home, but I was thinking about all the cons, so I decided to buy the tickets, to flight tickets. So they coming for the first time. They're coming to Boston on this July. So
Wow.
they're coming, and they're gonna take 2 flights because actually it's there's no one flight straight to get to Mexico City from Boston, so
No direct flight.
they have to take 2 flights. So my dad is very nervous and very anxious to take both flights. So I have to talk with them and with him, and makes telling him about relaxing and enjoy the trip, because it's gonna be amazing to having them in my house. So and any kind of new technology with my dad, and with the television, and with the remote control, or with anything, my dad has a saying. So he's always saying, this is a white people technology. This is a white people technology. So for it's very funny, because he's always saying, this is a white people technology. So this is my story.
Do they say like gringo tecnología? That's funny. That's really funny. Oh, wait. Take a look in the WhatsApp group. I just found out exactly how much time you're saving your parents. So yeah, there it is. That's the drive. Good choice, Jackie. Clary, yes.
Thank you. Mine is about technology too, and I prefer do all my payments by my phone. By my parents prefer go in person to do any payment, even if I want to teach them, they prefer go in person to do any payment.
Yep, that sounds very familiar to me as well. Bibiana.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, did you get a lot of sleep? Because you were working last night.
Not too much, but I'm here.
Well, thanks for coming on time. Appreciate that.
Mine is not about technology. It's about ways of thinking. For example, I don't believe in God, and in my family that is huge. So I was raised by my grandparents. So they're 60 years old. So for them, that is like, you're going to go to hell. You're gonna go to hell. So yeah, that is kind of hard to let them understand that it is okay to don't believe the same things. For example, they're very conservative.
Yeah. Yep, that's very familiar. I'm also an agnostic, so and grew up in a religious family. But luckily, my parents were not that conservative, but were more open-minded. Like my sister wanted to join a different religious denomination, and I was kind of moving away from religion. But that's a very familiar story to me. Very familiar. Let's see. So yes, for Israel has just joined us. Welcome. So this is the question that we are discussing. Culture changes with time. What aspects of your life are very difficult for your parents or their parents to understand? And we've had a few people share. Does anyone else want to, let's see, when we look at the time. Yes, we have time for one or two more stories. Does anyone else want to share?
Me.
Go
Good
for it,
morning,
Israel.
teacher. I'm a
Yep.
little late, but I'm here.
Mhm.
Was tired. So, for example, my dad, I live all my life with my dad, but he hate the tattoos. So he say, if you have a tattoo, you are a criminal.
Mhm.
Bad criminal. So I like the tattoos, but I don't have for respect to him, because if he can see my tattoos, he say, no, you are a criminal. And so, for people than more than 50 years, for example, in my town, they think if you are a tattoo, you are a criminal. Doesn't matter if you are a good person or whatever you want, but you have tattoo, you are a big criminal.
I think by the time I turned 18, a lot of people in my life have been visual artists, and I was very fascinated with tattoos from the time I was, I think, 11, 12. I was drawing what I wanted to get my first tattoo when I was a teenager. And of course, by the time I turned 18, my friends and I got a couple tattoos. And some of I see them like, oh, that's a picture I drew when I was a kid. But of course, by the time I was 25, I had multiple tattoos on my arms. And some of my first jobs, I had to wear long sleeves in the summertime. Culture's changed now. And I see people who are like 22 working at like a Starbucks, and they're covered in tattoos. And I'm thinking, man, they got it so easy. I used to have to cover up my tattoos because, the boss of your job is like, no, 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 no. And that culture has changed. To me, I see that as progress, but others might not. Let's see. Good example, Israel. Anyone else want to share? Go for
Good
it,
morning.
Fatima.
Like us in Morocco, a long time ago, it's not normal to come to your parents and you're gonna see, oh, I have a girlfriend or I have a boyfriend. It's not, but it's still not normal. But that's okay if the boy come to his parents and he say, oh, this is my girlfriend, but the girl never. But it changed. It's a culture change now. That's okay if you can like me. When I meet like my husband, I went to my mom to say I meet man, I love him. That's okay, it's normal. But before, never.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
In Morocco, for your generation, would the parents have to agree? Like both parents like have to have a meeting first?
Yes. Yes.
That's kind of the way it was when I met my wife. Like my wife and I had basically been together for a long time, but I had to pass a test meeting her parents. It was like applying for a job. They're like, what do you do for a living? What's your it wasn't anything like, hi, nice to meet you. It was very much like applying for a job. Like, okay, so where'd you go to school? What, how much? Like, I think the first time my first words, so it was like, it was that kind of culture. And I understand it now, but my American brain at the time had a difficult time, really had a hard time adjusting.
Yes.
It was like,
No. Yeah.
safety and security. Who is this strange man my daughter is brought
Yeah.
up?
For me, my husband, he meets my brother, my big sister in the first time. Then my big sister, she went to my mom. She said he's okay, he's nice, he's from family, you know. That's he give me the permission. my brother and my sisters give me the permission to.
Oh, so he's lucky. So as long as he got it's just like applying for a job. As long as he got
Yeah.
a reference from your brother and your sister, then so they looked at his resume and said, I don't know, this might not, we maybe need to look at another candidate. But then when you got the reference letter from the brother and the sister, he got the job.
Yes, I'm lucky
Okay.
because my brother and my sister love him in first meeting. So I'm lucky.
Good job. So we gotta thank your brother and your sister.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Very nice. Very nice. Good stories, everybody. Thank you. All right. So for those of you who were with us last night, this will look familiar, but I will, because it's fresh in your minds, I will call upon you to to speak. So everybody else will be seeing this for the first time. That might be strange. So I'm using two references from American movies. So here's the topic: American culture. What has changed? This is a reference from an American movie set in the 70s. Here's an American movie set in the 1990s. And those of you who had this is deja vu for some of you who were here last night, but the words are fresh in your mind. So I'll play the one on the left and I'll play the one on the right, and then I'll ask what changed. So about one generation to the next in American culture, what changed? Here we go.
So the team pancake breakfast system.
I'm gonna add captions here. Here we go.
Tomorrow morning at 9 instead of 8.
Oh, almost forgot. I won't be able to make it, fellas. Veronica and I are trying this new fad called jogging. I believe it's jogging or yogging. It might be a soft J. I'm not sure, but apparently you just run for an extended period of time.
I'm going to slow it down a little bit.
Veronica and I are trying this new fad called jogging. I believe it's jogging or yogging. It might be a soft J. I'm not sure, but apparently you just run for an extended period of time. It's supposed to be wild.
So that is a depiction of America in the 1970s. Here's America in the 1990s.
I figured you guys might be able to.
And I'll use the captions. Here we go. So you have three middle-aged guys, two are in great shape and one is trying to get in shape.
I figured you guys might be able to give me some pointers. I need to shape up fast.
Are you looking to just lose weight, or do you want to have increased strength and flexibility as well?
I want to look good naked. I figured you guys might be able to give me some pointers. I need to shape up fast.
Are you looking to just lose weight, or do you want to have increased strength and flexibility as well?
I want to look good naked. I need to shape up fast.
Are you looking to just lose weight, or do you want to have increased strength and flexibility as well?
I want to look good naked.
So clearly, from one generation, circa 1970s, circa means not the exact date, but around that time, to circa 1990s, America had gone through a cultural change. I'm going to call on somebody who was here, who began this discussion last night, someone who's the topic is fresh in their mind. What changes have American culture gone through? I'm looking, I see Gracie, Franertes, Doris, Nankari. Who wants to take it? What changed in America?
Maybe me.
Go for it, Gracie. All right, what changed?
I really love those videos because they say it's a kind of fad. It's like rooting for a period of time. It's like a fad, you know. It's a kind of tendency. Something. They don't.
Yeah. The fad. I'll say that the word fad. Does everybody know what the word fad
It's like
is?
a tendency.
Yeah, it's this new thing people are doing.
Yes.
Good fellas. Veronica and I are trying this new fad called jogging.
This new fad.
Yes.
Oh, so there's this new a fad. It's like this thing people do.
Yes.
There's this new thing people are doing. It's called exercise. What? What is that?
For what?
No, they're just running. Huh. Why
Just
don't you?
running for a period, for a time, but just that. It's like, but then they understood that. I think they understood the importance of exercise and move the body. Is what I think.
It's this strange thing people are doing. They're going outside and running.
But eating, you see, just
time.
eating and.
Yep. They're actually drinking whiskey. They just finished work and at the office, this guy's got a, they're just downing a couple glasses of whiskey before they drive away.
Mm-hmm.
That was America at the time. Like, this is a world of like people are looking at getting in their cars and looking at seatbelts. Seatbelts? What do we need these for? Huh? What is this all about? So something has happened. So people are just.
I believe it's jogging or yogging. It might be a soft J. I'm not sure, but apparently you just run for an extended period of time.
So it's a strange thing people are doing. Huh. Yeah. What's going on? And then there is something changed right here. Now these guys in their 40s and 50s are concerned with what they look like. What's happening? And running down the street is perfectly normal. What?
And different reason to run. They have their own reason to run.
Yeah. Why? Do you want to get stronger? Do you want to lose weight? I want to look good naked.
Yes.
There it is.
Weight, or do you want to have increased strength and flexibility as well? Hey, I want to look good naked.
So, yep, America had changed in those 20 years.
Yes.
What is going on? Good job, Gracie. Can anyone else further elaborate? What changed? So exercising outside was a strange thing for Americans to do, and then it became a perfectly normal thing for Americans to do. Nankari, Franertes, Doris, Fatima, you were all here last night.
I think the one.
Yeah, Fatima, tell us more.
I think they want they care about. They want to look good more. They care about themselves, about the looking maybe more, because I think old American that they don't. I think the strong. They don't care about the looking, you know. But after they want to do fitness, they want to look good. That's all. No, really, no, nothing, I think.
Yeah, something's changing. Bibiana, tell us.
I agree with Fatima, and I think it was more like a way of thinking, because the first group, the jogging one, apparently you just run. Maybe they were like, you know, more like men's, and okay, we have to work in the valley or something like that. And now with the time, the work changed. So now you don't have to be outside or being a sheriff, I don't know, but now you have to go to the office, and to go to the office you need to look good, and that's why you need to exercise, for example, or because you are sitting in front of a computer the whole day, you need to exercise. So maybe because of the work change too, the routines that they have has to change too.
Interesting, very interesting.
I
I'm
figured you
shifting
got.
now to two pop culture references. One is from my background. So I actually, when I referenced these movies last night in conversation, and you could, those who were here last night could tell this came up organically, just naturally. So I put here running in popular movies depicted in the late 70s and early 80s. So this is a 1979 movie, Rocky II, that had a famous running scene. And this is the 1994 movie Forrest Gump, which also had a famous running scene. So I'll play one. I'm gonna, because this is copywritten material, I'm going to stop recording, but I'm gonna play one, and then I'm gonna ask everyone to comment, what do you see? So I'll play one and then ask what's happening in this movie, in this scene. Most of these you've probably seen before. It's, you know, popular culture. So here we go. I'm going to stop recording now. So we just watched that iconic scene from Rocky II, circa 1979. Question I'm asking, how normal did it seem in the late 1970s to see a person just running down the street?
It was like not normal in this time.
Yeah, Fatima, tell us more.
It was like normal, like they're not running for fitness, just they're running.
This guy was special. Yeah, they were special. They knew him, and that's part of the story. So here's South Philadelphia. You have the Italian flags in the background because, you know, it's supposed to be this Italian neighborhood. The trash can fire, the people, you know, selling their vegetable stuff, and they're all cheering for him. Yay, yay. So
it was weird.
yeah, the idea is that that's the guy who's the boxer, who's gonna become the champion, the hometown hero. It's normal for the professional athlete to run, and everybody watches because he's the special one, and the kids want to be like him, all that stuff. Clothes he's wearing. Who could describe the clothes that he's wearing in 1979? And that's my background right here.
I think he just wearing like comfy clothes. It's not sport, just comfy, just normal clothes, casual clothes.
He's just rolled out of bed. Yeah. Would anybody today? I'm going to ask Jackie. Jackie, you like to exercise. If you're going to work out, would this be something that you would want people to see you wearing?
I don't think so. It's like an very old-fashioned athletic clothes. So it's
Yeah. Does it look like he just went to Under Armour to buy those?
I think it looks like the pajamas from those ages. So
he looks like a homeless guy.
looks like I remember the movies, the old movies, the underwear looks like this kind of clothes.
Yeah. So it looks like, so this guy running, it's special for this one guy to run down the street for exercise because he's the boxer and the whole city wants him to win the fight. Got it. And he's wearing what looks like old pajamas. It looks like he's just rolled out of bed. That was the culture. People used to work out in old, nasty clothes. I remember the first time I went to lift weights with my dad, people dressed like that. I think I was 10 years old, and the whole idea of going to the gym was to wear old, nasty clothes, that it was okay to sweat and get dirty. Big shift in culture. Here is Forrest Gump. It's a 90s movie, but it's depicting the late 70s, early 80s. And here's the iconic running scene. He's got a lot on his mind, and he starts running across the whole country and attracts attention. And people have no idea why he's doing what he's doing.
Nothing.
So I'll actually stop recording right here because this is also copywritten material. Here we go. Pause on. Would this be news today, a person running? Bibiana, tell me what you're thinking.
Maybe if he has a cause, I think yes, if he has a reason. For example, some years ago in Colombia, well, we were trying to have this peace agreement, and one person, he starts walking the whole country with some chains on him, and it wasn't the news because he had a reason.
Right. Nice. Interesting, yeah. Now, in all these scenes, same question, what's he wearing? Does it look like high fashion?
He wears comfortable clothes to run.
Yeah, he's dressing for comfort, definitely not for style.
Yes.
It is because they didn't have Instagram at that time. They didn't have Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
We think about these things. What if somebody puts me on Instagram? I gotta look good. So I'm gonna give everybody a vocabulary word that will bring us into the next class after the break. There we go. Okay. So here's the word. Athleisure. And I gave everyone the dictionary definition. It is not only in the Oxford, but in the Webster's dictionary as well. This really took off in 2020, but it is a word for a particular type of fashion. And I want to know from everybody, is this a part of the culture where you are from? So the word is athleisure, and I'm sending it to the group, the dictionary definition, athleisure. So here we go. All right, so there's the Webster's dictionary definition of athleisure. It's sent to the group. Is athleisure part of the culture where you are from? Who could tell me on the left side of the slide here, what is happening? What's going on?
I think the people is waiting for the opening of the store, or I don't know.
What are they going to buy?
Lululemon. I don't know exactly what is. For this class, I think is like athlete clothes.
But modern and expensive.
Tell us, Gracie. Yeah, it's like a Chanel. These days, that buying this brand is like a Chanel or LV handbag. People pay lots of money for those things.
It that kind of clothes that we appreciate with, for example, the people wear when they don't do exercise, and now you mix that kind of clothes with formal clothes. I do too, but not that brand, never. I can't.
They're famous for selling $100 to $200 yoga pants.
Yes, expensive.
Leggings,
It's
that
that always my son asked me, but I don't have an answer for him.
Yeah.
That kind of brand.
Yeah, we're gonna watch. Before we take a break, I'm gonna play this little video right here about the concept of athleisure.
Okay, whether we're
and you can read the captions here. I'll play it at full speed. Actually, no, I'll play it at 3/4 speed. Here we go.
working out or just heading out to run errands, athleisure is pretty much what everybody lives in these days.
So you may want to look kind of cute while you're on the go. And here with a few looks is Executive Health and Fitness Director for Women's Health, Jacqueline Andriakos. Jacqueline, it's good to see you. It's in, man. Ever since the pandemic, you got to have your athleisure.
It is, and we are about to upgrade from the tie-dye joggers that we all wore too many times.
Yes.
So I'm excited.
You know what? I have the same I call it workout clothes.
Yeah, me too.
But both of us, because I know, we're like the t-shirts and the leggings. So it's time for us to step up our game.
We are. And you know who's going to show us how to begin? Phyllis. Let's bring out Phyllis.
She does it.
Stop it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, what she
Check
got?
this out. Now here, if you pair the same color with your top and bottom pieces, even the same fabric, you instantly take what can be a messy gym look into a much more elevated and very intentional outfit.